Nice.
I know,
All
right?
right. Let's go. Let's see. Just come in when you can. That place looks crazy. I saw they took down a tree because of you, like sight lines. Yeah.
That probably needs to happen, yeah, since they're charging so much for that.
Like that tree,
Right?
goner.
You're gone.
I've never seen those fireworks.
Luminous?
Nope.
Oh, it's a nice little. I think it's a nice little like movie or not movie story.
Uh,
I don't know why I said movie. It's weird.
could be a movie someday. They'll make a live action Luminous.
Hopefully, it's not as
You know, dude.
controversial as their last few live
Yeah, exactly.
actions.
Well, I mean, Lilo and Stitch kind of maybe they turned the corner. I don't know.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
true. I've heard good things.
yeah. But then that Elio or Elio, I don't even know how to pronounce it. Like apparently
Yeah.
that's not the greatest thing in the world. Everybody,
No, I
I was
I
like,
can tell.
I'd never heard of it. Like until I read like something online. I'm like, is that Disney movie? It looks
I
like
haven't seen it. I haven't heard it. I haven't seen much about it, but all all early reports seem to lean towards the stinker side.
exactly. It's like Lilo and Stitch is doing great. Like Disney's back, and
Yeah,
then all of a sudden, like 15 minutes later, whoa, this one's not good.
right.
It
I
looks like that
know.
Wallace and Gromit from way back in the day, like those kids like with the big eyes and like the huge teeth. Like and
Yeah.
it's a weird look. It's got that they have that certain look that it weirds me out. Like I like the Toy Story looking characters. You know what I'm
It's so
saying? Like
weird that we've heard so little about this.
I had never heard of it. Period. I had not heard a word about
Right.
it.
That's what I
That's the
mean.
first I'd heard of the movie when I had heard that it was tanking. I'm like, I've never heard of that movie in my life.
Usually when Disney has a new movie out, we have heard it for the last 9 months.
Exactly. I mean, because I'd heard Lilo and Stitch. Well, obviously, I mean, it's Lilo and Stitch, right? I mean, that's been around for 20
Hmm.
years, been everywhere. It's in the parks everywhere. But like, I mean, it is like it was on baseball commercials, football commercials. I mean, it's on every sporting event that I watched for the last 3 months.
Yeah.
Because I don't watch movies, right? I watch sports, but it's been on every commercial. But
Yeah.
man, I had never heard of that movie.
No.
Because they're like, you get you get $25 for your marketing, and good luck, bro. Oh, Pam's outside my window.
It's guerrilla marketing for you people with Elio.
It is. To be Fridays gave more marketing than they had in their whole budget right there. We got 12 people tuned in right now. So you're welcome. Go watch the movie. Save it.
Let's get the ROI on our
Exactly.
mentioning it.
Exactly. Uh, Disney, come on, man. Get me a grilled cheese, my buffalo chicken grilled cheese Wednesday or Thursday when I'm down there. Let's go. We'll call it even. All right. Pam is doing some landscaping right outside the BOGP studios window as we speak.
Well, she's
She's doing
prettying it up for you.
That's right. I'm gonna wave to her. Hi, Pam. She's not looking. I think she just wants. It's kind of like those shows in New York right now. I kind of feel like where they come to the window, the fans come to the window to see the action.
Yes, like the morning
She'll be like sending me evil gestures. She'll be like, "This is your dumb show." Okay, let me get a listener question here. Okay, we have a lot of folks tuned in early, so hello to everybody. A lot of folks over on Instagram: Ms. Ash Britt, Jane Mathena, Miss Staples, Sergio, Anna Cavana, and Clay Ten Hand. Anybody has questions? Drop them in the comments to be a part of the show. Jordan's over there on YouTube. What's up, Jordan? We need questions. We do need questions. We do need questions. We need fresh questions. So if you have a question, Walt Disney World, Disneyland, Disney Cruise Line, let's talk. Rob's here. Georgia fan. Happy Monday to Rob. Tuned in on YouTube. All right, here we go. 27.
Crazy.
I know. Put my phone on. Do not disturb. Oh, I got to check in for my flight at 4:50. So
Okay.
an hour. Because I think I got early bird, but I might have missed it. So I got to make sure I don't want to get put back in steerage. Because I do fly Southwest. My bags are still free.
Yes.
Here we go. Welcome to episode 2703 of the Be Our Guest Walt Disney World Trip Planning Podcast. I'm your host, Mike Rallman from BeOurGuestPodcast.com and one of the senior agents over at the Magic for Less Travel. Happy Wednesday to you. Hope you're having a rocking week. We're so glad you're here with us as we answer your listener questions on a Wednesday. Don't know how many times we've done that over the years, but we're in our 18th year of podcasting. So glad you're here with us. We're going to have a good time bouncing around, talking a little Walt Disney World, a little Disneyland, maybe some Disney Cruise Line. But either way, it's going to be a fun 40 or so minutes just talking about our favorite things, favorite places, and with my favorite people. Joining me today, we have Pam Forrester, co-owner of the Magic for Less Travel, who I am super excited because it has been way too long. Get to see her today. And rumor has it, it's Steakhouse 71, baby. Let's go. Pam Forrester, happy Wednesday. What's up?
I know. Not only do you get to see me like this, but you get to see me in person soon. So, anyways.
Steakhouse 71 hamper, that steak burger thing. Let's go.
Oh, so good. So good. But anyways, yes, I know. I'm excited. We're smack dab in the middle of it. I'm finally back home after doing 8 million different things. The media event for Disneyland 70th, which was fantastic. And then You Preferred conference for Universal. And then another media event for Cool Kid Summer. Cool Kid Summer, not kids. Kid. Cool Kid Summer.
Yes. I actually did do some research on that about 2 or 3 weeks ago to look at it because I was doing a hashtag and I want to make sure I got it right so that it
yes.
up. And Cool Kid.
Cool Kid.
You can only have one. If you have multiple kids, too bad. You're out this summer. That'll be nice.
Well, each of them can be cool individually. They cannot be cool together.
Exactly.
Plurally. Separated. And I had the chance to see the new Little Mermaid show, and Jodie Benson was there to introduce it to us. And then got to see the new Villain show too at Hollywood Studios, all part of Cool Kid Summer.
So yeah, I mean, because we've kind of talked Cool Kid Summer. We're going to be down there this week, kind of going around doing some fun stuff. So follow us. We're going to do some lives over on the Magic for Less Facebook page. We're going to be on. I'm going to do some streaming here on our YouTube channel for the podcast and also on my Instagram. So just follow all the socials that you normally would. We'll be talking about it here on the podcast. When we get back next week, we'll have lots of coverage here as well. But give us a little nutshell. You got to do some of those things. A lot of our friends here on the podcast are going down this summer. Get them amped up. So what did you think? Especially, let's talk studios.
Okay.
Shows. I mean, Little Mermaid. I mean, I'll be honest. I'm more excited for Little Mermaid than I am the Villain show, just because Paige's favorite movie growing up was Little Mermaid. You do not know how many times I watch it movie. I mean, Ariel was her princess, and I love the old show. And it sat there empty for it seems like a decade at this point.
I know, it was so long. And it actually, I remember taking Han when she was little. It was actually one of the ones that she was sort of afraid of because it got really dark, in the beginning, right? With that whole thing.
Water and rain.
Yes.
In rain, you're under the water. Whatever.
Yes. But I will say I really enjoyed the show. They added some special effects that I thought really sort of completed that whole thing for me, really enhanced the storytelling. I think they sort of took some parts of it out that were confusing, brought a little bit more storytelling in to make it, more comprehensive, maybe for those who didn't know the story. I think we had seen the movie so often that, I knew what was happening and whatnot, but I think people who might not have known the story quite as well might have been a little confused at different points. The Ursula puppet or animatronic, whatever she is fantastic. And she was before too, but she's even better than before.
I mean, she brings the sass, she brings the attitude.
Yes.
She brings the heat.
Yes. And her movements are very fluid and, lots of stuff. There's lots of great characters, represented well. I thought they really did a good job. I will say, one of the things I was most impressed with was that Eric's hair looks a lot better.
That's what a decade will do. I mean, back then,
Yeah.
hairstyles change in a decade. You know what
Right.
I'm
They
saying?
didn't have all the products that they have now, I mean, the whole thing. So,
Okay, so I
anyways.
mean, we're building up in 3 or 4 years. We'll have villains land over in the Magic Kingdom.
I
Obviously, I mean,
know.
they really start moving the dirt on that, but they are getting parking lots in place and backstage areas prepping for this. So
Yes.
it's in the very preliminary stages. We're gonna have a whole villains land, but now we have a villains show over at
Right.
the studios. So first impressions of this. I'm not hearing as great of things. People are being blown away by the Little Mermaid. I mean, I'm
Yeah.
hearing positives on this. I'll be honest. I'm hearing kind of positives and negatives on this show online.
So here's who I think will really like. So we know that so many people have this love for all the villains characters, and let's be honest, if you're going to be a Disney character, a villain is the one to be because they have all the fun,
And
right?
it's like Ricky here on the podcast.
That's right. So I was really impressed. I'm sort of looking back through the photos and videos that I took of it. So I think there's some great performances there that we get to see. There's some villains that are very much the stars of the show, although there's a lot of villains that get a little nod here and there. So I don't think that too many people are going to be out in the cold if they have a villain that they really like. I also was really sort of impressed on how the live characters sort of interacted with the other things going on in the theater. I think it's definitely worth, some time to go see. I think it's probably one of those things you got to see for yourself. It is very much like a musical performance. And for those of you who like Cruella or Hook or I'm trying to think of some of the other ones that were like prominent in this though. But for those who like those characters, you're really, I think, going to enjoy it. I also think that it's inside, it's air
Yeah.
conditioned,
Two
and
air conditioning
seats.
seats and air conditioning in Cool Kid Summer. And I mean, you were down there like when it was extremely brutally hot
Blazing.
early. And I mean, it's just going to be this way through September. So
Yeah,
go
it
for that.
was. It was. And so yeah, I think that for sure. I think it's definitely worth a look. But I was blown away more by the Little Mermaid stuff
That's
for
exactly
sure.
what I was hearing. I was
Yeah,
hearing the villain show isn't bad, but this is like people are like, oh man, but Mermaid is like awesome. Like they just
agreed.
100%. I loved it. So
And I will say one of the other standouts for me, and I'll be interested to see what you think when you see it. But so the DJ dance parties and stuff. So one of my favorites was the Goofy core, right? They've changed that whole Communicore into Goofy is there. He has this game wheel. There's all kinds of things going on. But I think the thing that really made this for me is watching so many of the kids like have a true moment with this character. And I think what a cool thing to be a kid at this point in time, because it's how many kids like get to say, I played limbo with Goofy, or I did the parachute thing that we all do in gym class with Goofy. Like they weren't concerned about getting a picture or an autograph or anything with him. They were just interested in like dancing around with Goofy, playing the games with Goofy, interacting like that. And I thought, oh, if that isn't just the sweetest thing. And this was the kind of stuff that I saw at, the other dance parties over at the Magic Kingdom, the same thing, whatnot. So I think just the thing that I saw that they did so well in this Cool Kid Summer, and the beauty of this is there's sort of these kind of interactive things happening at each of the four parks, is that kids really had their moment to not stand there, smile, and get their autograph thing. They had a moment to interact and play with the characters. And I thought that's kind of a cool idea. And I just loved it. So
100% agree with that. And here's the thing about that Goofy Communicore takeover thing is that, and I thought I saw today on social media that somebody posted that there's a sign out there that says this area is for, basically said, this area is for kids. Like, supervise your children, but this area is for kids like 2 to 12. Like,
yes.
implying, this is not for the adults. Like, don't go in there and ruin this moment for the kids. Like,
Right.
leave this for the kids. And I've heard people say online, some people, that this is, they're taking this, they're just making this, this area dance party for the summer. You know what? this isn't going to be for everybody. This isn't going to be for the Disney adults, without kids. This is not going to be. Not everything's going to be for you. You know what? There's a lot of chances you can go drink. There's going to be a GO82.
GO82 is just for adults.
Amazing. I got your jam. The kids don't get to ever go in there.
Right.
It's going to be there. This is their opportunity. So everybody has their opportunities to do their things. Let's don't ruin it for the kids. Like you said, instead of just letting them walk up and get a signature and an autograph book and a quick shot, a little picture, man, let them limbo with Goofy and let them cut the rug with Goofy and have that cool dance floor that changes colors and have those. I mean, nothing's cooler than seeing your kid get to have that moment with a Disney character. So you know what? Like not everything has to be for every person. Like that's just my biggest beef. Like it's not going to be this forever. Let it just be for the kids for a few months, and then it'll move on to the next festival and wine and dine, and it'll be another thing and then the adults can have it back.
Well, not only that, but there are just increased character greeting opportunities in general. So if you are an adult that wants to spend time with the characters, you still have plenty of opportunity to do that. In fact, in Communicore, they have a whole character greeting location that is a great opportunity for that. But I saw more characters at the resorts than I've seen in a while. And they've been doing this for a bit. Like the characters show up and they're there at your resort. I think that there's always been great reasons to stay at a Disney World resort. I mean, we talk about that on the podcast all the time. We aren't shy about saying we think that you should be staying on site. I think that there's just this, first of all, intangible feeling of being surrounded by Disney stuff 24/7, but there's all these other benefits, and the characters showing up there has been a big one lately. I really enjoy that, and I think it's just kind of a cool way to have less crowds as you're waiting there for the characters. So
I agree. And Clay over on Instagram says he loved the villain show. He said it was much better than Lightning McQueen, which that's because I like the Lightning McQueen show. Ka-chow.
I did too.
So that's a good endorsement there. And Ash Britt over on Instagram says, which recent episodes might you recommend for someone out of the Disney loop for a year? She had a baby in December. Congratulations to you. She wants to take advantage of the kids' discount at Walt Disney World this summer. I would say look shows over the past a little bit, and you can search. If you go to beourguestpodcast.podbean.com, there's a search box. And if you type in keywords like summer or kids, that's keyword. If there's anything in the title, you can pick up that way. But yeah, just kind of scan through the titles that way. It's a good way to go. All right, we have a question here. I think it's a good one for you, Pam, because it is about, let me find the thing. Too many windows here. Hey, BOGP crew, this is from Danielle. And she says, my 8-year-old daughter is absolutely obsessed with Stitch. You might be in trouble.
It's a good time to be a Stitch fan.
8-year-old daughter obsessed with Stitch. Hello, be careful. I noticed Disneyland has a bunch of Stitch-themed snacks and treats. Does Disney World offer anything like that? I've heard you can meet Stitch in Tomorrowland or at Ohana for breakfast. But are there any other spots around Disney World for fun Stitch merch or hidden Stitch finds? Thank you, Danielle. Also, what did everybody think of the live Lilo and Stitch movie? I haven't seen it. You haven't seen it yet, have you?
I haven't, but I was just talking with Juanita, our training coordinator, today, and she saw it with her family, and she said they loved it. So, and
it's getting rave reviews at the Be Our Guest Podcast Clubhouse live Disney movies and TV channel. We always talk about that, but there's no spoilers. We have like a spoiler curtain where you can go in there, but you won't see the spoilers unless you click on it on purpose. And everybody's talking about it, and it's getting rave reviews. I mean, it's getting rave reviews everywhere. Disney's killing it with that one. Not Elio, like we were talking in the pre-show, but that one's doing great. So because you've just been at both destinations, so where are you seeing Stitch, and where could you hook up Stitch?
Well, so the good news is, as part of Cool Kids Summer, you're going to be able to see Stitch at the Galactic Blast, and that's in Tomorrowland. So basically, it's a DJ dance party, right? But none other than Stitch shows up for that. And there were a lot of kids dancing around with Stitch during that. So that's great. The other thing was, because this is a new and popular movie, you will be able to see Stitch merchandise just about everywhere.
That's
so
true.
Right? It'll be great.
Thing will be like, this is blue. Oh yeah, this is Stitch. No, it's like this blue cotton candy, but Stitch cotton candy.
It is. And the interesting thing about Stitch, sometimes characters, are ones that you can find all over the place, and sometimes they're not, right? There's been movies that you hardly ever see merchandise that has that character on it. But Stitch has always been someone who holds kind of a special place in many people's heart. So we were able to interact with Stitch and see that, and just we saw tons of merchandise. So you're going to be able to find Stitch for sure.
Yeah, Stitch has always been around because I remember when Mallory was little. I mean, she was probably like 5 or something. She had to have a Stitch, like on one of our trips. It was at the end of the trip, but they I don't know if you remember this, but they had this gigantic Stitch for a while.
Yes.
Like it was huge, right?
Yes.
She wanted one. I was like, I was not buying her the big one. This is back when I was driving. Like I was scared to fly still back then. And I was like, she is not getting this huge Stitch. I mean, it was obnoxiously big, and it was like $70 or something. And I was like, but I've seen the normal size, like plush Stitch, right? It was somewhere. And I didn't have it at Magic Kingdom, didn't have it at the park we were at. We went around Epcot. That it was like our second to last day, couldn't find it anywhere. Man, I walked over to the board. I finally got it at the screen door at the boardwalk, but I had to walk. Like I probably walked an extra 10 miles to find that sucker because like I went to every store I could find. And that's like the final place I could find like the normal size Stitch because they were just gone. And I mean, that was years ago. Like, there wasn't anything going on with Stitch, but they've always said that movie sells merch like nobody. I mean, even in that big gap between, I mean, Lilo and Stitch came out like in what, like 2002, 2001, something like that. Like there was a huge gap between that movie and this one, but it was still going strong. I mean, she wanted that. She didn't want the pink one. She wanted the, regular blue Stitch.
Yeah.
And I was going to get it for her because she was a little girl, and I was not getting that gigantic one. I mean, but they had those everywhere. I'm like, no, you're not getting the one that's like the size of the Tasmanian devil. We're not doing that.
Stitch has always had a big presence.
I'm like, she's like, we can just get that. But I'm not getting that big one for $70. I'll walk 20 miles before I get that thing.
You'll be like that stuffed animal needs its own seat.
And and now in our storage room, we got all these plushes. I mean, we got Pluto, we got Stitch, we got them all. They're just sitting there looking at me every morning when I run that 13 miles on a treadmill. They're just all cheering me on, silent. Like the silent, stuffy army just staring me down right there on the treadmill at 5 in the morning. Just trips going by. Like, Mike, you can do it. Anyway.
Or else.
Exactly. Daniel's got a question over the inbox. Hey there, BOGP crew. Oh, it's not Daniel, but that's who the email is. So it says, my name is Rebecca, and me and my husband will be going down to the world for a relaxed anniversary celebration in October. With it being an anniversary, I want to book a few enchanted extras. We'll be doing a split stay with 1 night at French Quarter and 4 nights at Animal Kingdom Lodge. Our tickets will be linked to our first reservation, but we don't plan on using them until our Animal Kingdom days. I'm looking to book a Starlight Safari at the lodge, as well as a Wild Africa trek. My question is, will I be able to book my enchanted extras based on the window for the first reservation or the second? Thank you for your help and love the podcast. So Pam, when can she book her enchanted extras?
So chances are you will be able to book them with your first reservation. Prepare for the worst, though, and you'll know that morning whether you can or not. It just really depends. And they make tweaks to the system all the time. That's the other thing that sort of impacts some of this. Some of these things are really keyed into your reservations and some are not. But most of those things do not sell out right then. She said she was interested in the Wild Africa trek. And what was the other one?
I just deleted it. I think it was the, I don't know. I just deleted it. Hang on, let me go to deleted emails. Deleted. I'll find it. Trash. That's what it's called. Trash. I can't find it.
All right. But either way, most of them don't sell out like that morning. Like if you were, looking to book like the chef's table at Victoria and Albert's, then that would be a challenge. But this should probably be okay with that.
All right. Sean's here. He's tuned in on Facebook. Thanks for being here, Sean. How long do you think the new AP rate will be in place for the Magic King or the rule? The rule. We should talk about that actually, because we found out the new date, or the date that the parade Starlight, right? I've had too many skating rinks that I've worked with in my past that have star in the name of them. Starlight is the Starlight's the parade, and it's easy date to remember. July 20th. The
Right.
day that humans landed on the moon, 1969. July 20th, the parade returns to the Magic Kingdom. And after that date, AP holders will have to have a reservation, even to park hop to the Magic Kingdom. So if you're an AP holder, we still have to have park reservations. So, but you will have to have one to park hop into the Magic Kingdom. That's the rule that Sean is referring to in this question, I'm guessing. How long do you think the new AP rule will be in place for the Magic Kingdom? I heard you need to make a park reservation for Magic Kingdom when the new parade starts. So I guess till the shine wears off of the penny. I would say probably at least through the end of the year.
I think it's just going to be one of those things that you're just going to have to deal with for a little bit. I think that one of the ways to really think about this is when you're, as an AP holder, when you're making reservations, I would do the Magic Kingdom, and even if you have to go there first, then hop to another park and then hop back to the Magic Kingdom to see Starlight, at least you have that reservation and you will be able to get in there. So, but yeah, we just don't have any way of knowing. I think what they're trying to do is keep the capacity open for everyone, including AP holders. So that what tends to happen is that locals who have an annual pass bounce into the parks in the afternoon and evening, and they don't want that to bring capacity issues to the Magic Kingdom. I will be really interested to see what happens. First of all, I'm one who is very hopeful that they will have some kind of package that I can purchase that has reserved seating or viewing of some kind for this parade, because I know it's going to be very busy. We haven't had a parade in the Magic Kingdom for a while in the evening, and I'm really looking forward to this. I also think, remember when the Magic Kingdom put in that the whole traffic flow thing that makes it so much easier to move around the hub? I think it'll be interesting to see how that impacts this as well.
See, I have a question for you there. So before that, here's the question. Did we have a nighttime parade since they redid that whole hub with the kind of
it all blurs together to me.
Remember, if we've had one since they did that layered circle hub kind of thing.
I don't know that we have.
I don't think we have either, and I think that will definitely help the flow.
I do too.
It's smart that they're doing this. It's paying the rear as an AP holder, because man, there is a huge pent up demand for this nighttime parade. This is big, because people have been. I mean, I'm the biggest one. I love a parade and fireworks to end out of Castle Park night. There's nothing better. This is the way to end any night at a Disney park. It's perfect.
Yes.
I used to love Wishes Spectrum Magic, or it was just great. I mean, it was just, Main Street Electrical Parade Wishes. It
would do Spectrum Magic Wishes Spectrum Magic a lot.
Exactly. And I mean, it was just chef's kiss, at a summer night. I mean, when you had nothing else, it was perfect with your family.
I know.
And I mean, this, for everything we're seeing, the floats look awesome. The soundtrack that they're teasing is awesome. I mean, it's going to be just beautiful. I mean, it's going to bring men to tears coming down the street. I mean, it's going to be great.
Okay, it's Mike. It'll bring Mike to tears.
It's going to be great. I mean, what we've been missing. It's going to bring the park. It's going to be that, it's going to bring the park to life late at night. It's going to be a reason 100%. To stay. And I totally see a lot of locals that are going to buy. I'm just talking to you, Jason and Vern, and all these people that are close by. Jay and Melissa. I mean, what are we doing tonight? In St. Louis, we go to DQ. That's what we do. I'm going to see this parade every night.
Right?
So I understand why they're doing this. I'd be watching
me too.
Every night. So I get why they're doing it. And I mean, this is going to be popular for years. I think it's going to be. I think they nailed it before I've even seen it. I don't know.
I agree. That's how I feel as well. The floats, like the the teasers that we've been getting of the floats and other things, I'm blown away. I mean, and I have been really since they announced it. And like you, Mike, I love a nighttime parade. I think that especially during the summer, this is one of the things that we want. And I think it'll really give a bounce to the summer because I think that there will be people who want to come and see this parade. And I completely understand why. I'm one of them. Like, this is an event. There's nothing better to me than, like what you said, Mike, is having a parade and then having fireworks either before or after that parade. The sun is down. You can grab some ice cream. You don't mind waiting a little bit for it, right? Like, it's the anticipation of it. The crowd sort of gets into it. People are, like, for the most part, like, kinder, gentler because they've had a great day.
It's kind of communal, right? You kind of get
Yes.
out on the curb, you get to know your neighbors a little bit, you're hanging out. I
Yes.
mean, because and the thing you're going to see on social media, you can't let, this is my biggest peeve too. You can't let what you see on social media be the narrative that you believe. Because what you're going to see on social media is that, some 6'5" dude stepped in front of a kid. Yeah, that probably does happen every night at the parade. But you know what? 98% of the people are going to be kind. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yes.
kids are going to get in front. People are going to be good, and we can all take care of each other, and we're all going to get to see an awesome parade. It's going to be great. That's
I
what I love
agree.
about Disney trip. Like, that's why I like taking the bus. Like, people are, some people are like, oh, I can't be on the bus, but like, I like talking to people on the bus. I get to be, like, I'm always on a bus with LSU fans. I swear. Like, maybe I'm down there in Mardi Gras, but it's like the best people. When I can understand what they're saying. Like like if it's talking to, Coach, what's his name? Not Les
Yeah.
Wells, Ed Ogeron. I love it. Like, I'm like, it's the best. It's all.
It is. It is. It's like, in so many ways, it is just like a little microcosm of culture,
It
and
is.
it like it is, and it sort of brings that together. And I think you're really going to, it's like a mirror because you're going to get the kind of energy you put out there most of the time. I can't say all the time, but most of the time you will. And there's lots of opportunities to just interact with some fantastic people and to get to experience this with people you may never see again. That's the beauty of it. So yeah, it's a great opportunity. I'm so looking forward to it, and I can't wait. Like, I'm counting down. So
Yeah, that parade's gonna be sweet.
it
It
is.
is, and it's just it leaves you happy, right? I mean, instead of just walking out of the park like, oh, we had a good day, we rode a bunch of rides, but it's like it doesn't give you like the final, like, like, just leaves you like just dancing out of the park. But man, when you see a
Exactly.
parade and fireworks to leave your night, like,
I'm
you're humming it all the way to the
anticipating,
hotel.
right? Earworm.
Yeah.
Earworm song.
I just know regular magic music. It's awesome. All right. And shout out to Mohawk who's tuned in for Scotland, joining us here as we're a little bit early for him. There we go. All right. Olivia's got a question. It says Halloween/Christmas party listener question. Hey, Mike, I love listening to the podcast and hope everyone is doing well. I have a question about the Halloween and Christmas parties. My husband and I have been thinking about taking one of my dream trips in 2026, hitting the last Halloween party, probably Saturday, October 31st, and the first Christmas party, maybe November 6th through 7th. As a bonus, my birthday is also the first week of November. I just have to laugh because my wife has just went past the window here with a wheelbarrow. I don't know what's going on, but I that's why I'm laughing. Anyway, back to the question. It's just the two of us in our 20s, and we want to take a 9-ish day trip at a value or moderate resort. How do you anticipate how do we anticipate booking a room, flights, and all the special event tickets with dates unannounced for another year or more? Does the timeline and pricing more or less stay the same from year to year? Are there any advantages to planning ahead? I know this is a lot of guesswork, especially a year and a half out, but I'd appreciate any insight you might have about that time of year. Thanks so much, Olivia. Oh, so they're thinking ahead and they want to do, I like that. They want to get kind of the last Halloween, first Christmas, birthday, or trying to get it all in one trip. And I understand. So what would you say, Pam, to this?
I think that it's hard to predict, is what I really think about, and what you're going to want to do. is plan your trip around the party that is the most important to you. Because first of all, we don't know when the Christmas party dates for this year are even
True.
going to
That
be.
is true. I mean, it should be there's
It
pretty soon.
is.
Yeah, pretty soon.
So in December of 2024, the first Christmas party was November 8th. And the last Halloween party was, I believe, the 31st. So you're butting up against your 9 nights right there. So that's something to think about in that space. If you're flexible at all, you can like sort of stagger that and maybe add a day on at the beginning or the end after you know the dates. But my first thing is always going to be, as soon as you know, have a good sense of dates you want to book them. Because at different times we see resorts or room views, room types sell out. And I always want to see you stay at the resort that you really want to stay at. So that would be my best advice. So if you know that you're going to want to see the Christmas party more than the Halloween party, make sure that you're straddling, those dates. If you know that the Halloween party is more important to you, make sure, of course, that there's going to be one on October 31st. So there's that. It's just the first Christmas party is always our unknown.
Yeah, and also, and Mohawk is saying this here in the chat too, is that Halloween, because you're going for that last Halloween party, and if you're going for Halloween night, that one will sell out the quickest.
It will.
And this year, I think it sold out within like 10 days of going on sale.
It did, yeah.
Really, really quickly. So that's the one you got to have action on. So you can't hem and haw on that. It's going to also be the highest priced of all the parties, no doubt. And this year it went for about $229 a ticket. So it's probably going to be at least that next year. So just kind of have that in mind of the pricing for that ticket. So now if you're going, and also that first ticket of the Christmas party is not going to be the lowest priced of all the Christmas party tickets. Won't be the highest priced, but it won't be the lowest. It'll probably be kind of a step up. So just have that in mind as kind of, your pricing model there for next year. But yeah, I would, obviously the only thing you can book early is the room, get the package set, and then just move on the tickets quickly, especially for Halloween night. But I think that's a great plan. I like the plan.
I do too. It works for a lot of people. It's like the gap for a few years there, the end of the Halloween, the last Halloween party and the first Christmas party were closer.
Well, they used to do a Halloween party like November 2nd. Like they were doing that. And when I become president, that's gonna be illegal. Like, no, we know, freestyle.
When the holiday's over,
there's gonna be. I'm going to French Quarter and I'm ripping that freestyle Coke machine out. It's because I know it's still a French Quarter. Like they have a couple places. French Quarter is one of the places are still hanging out. That's gone over at French Quarter. It's going to be replaced by build your own beignets or something. I don't know, but we're not doing Halloween parties after the 31st.
I agree, because Christmas for me starts at 12:01 on November 1st.
Yeah, dude, put it away. I mean, we've been doing it since July. I mean,
right?
Halloween now. What are we doing?
Right after the 4th of July.
Exactly. Bunting's been up already for 4th of July since Easter. I mean,
100%.
Oh my god! Trust me, we get enough Disney with the holidays. We're good. All right. We have another question in the inbox. Christy's got a question. Thank you for your show. I hope you know how much joy it brings to others. Thank you. We appreciate that. I have a question about Disneyland's hotels, club level lounges. Well, I'm out, but Pam's here. I understand it is currently under construction and will be renamed and renovated to the High Key Club.
Yeah,
we stayed club level one night before at the Contemporary and thoroughly enjoyed the Atrium Club. The breakfast and evening offerings were so delicious. I'm wondering how the Disneyland Club Lounge compares to the Contemporary's Atrium Club. We're taking a trip this summer to celebrate our 20th wedding anniversary, and I'm trying to decide if the quality will be worth spending the extra Mickey money. P.S. It's on my bucket list to have drinks with Pam at Trader Sam's one day. Oh,
I hope I get to too.
I love
I
that.
am in.
Love that. She'll have drinks. You boom. Okay. So what do we know about the I just love the name, the High Key
The
Club.
High Key
Sounds like you
Club.
gotta have on like some fancy shoes to go in there or something.
Right? Well, let me tell you, in the club level lounge, I have seen people in all manner of dress, from swimsuit to pajamas to more formal attire. So,
They would throw me out in a heartbeat, I'm telling you.
no, so actually, I have stayed at all the club level at Disneyland and at Disney World. Um, the Grand Californian is actually one of my favorite club levels. And maybe at World and Land, they're in the middle of redoing that one too, adding more to it because it really did need it. But we've just always really had a great experience there. There's an outside location for that as well. I really enjoy the Disneyland one too. I will say recently we stayed at Pixar Place, and I will be absolutely honest. It was not my favorite. I will say that. So I am hopeful that the Disneyland Hotel will stay consistent with what it used to be, and also consistent with sort of what the Grand Californian offers. I find that their food offerings were good. We were fine there going for breakfast. They had options for us. Afternoon snacks are good. In the evening, they have hot and cold appetizers as well as drinks. And then also in the evening, they have a dessert time as well. So I have not heard that they plan on offering anything extra, but the only way we'll know is after it officially opens again and we get to see that. I'm anxious to see it because I think it's going to be a great addition to that hotel to have it back open again. It used to be called the e-ticket. And I've always just really loved it. And I know so many people have a really close affinity to the Disneyland Hotel. Mike, it's your favorite, right? The
Oh my
Disneyland
god.
Hotel.
I love the retro feel of that hotel.
Yeah.
It's just
I
perfect.
think that's part of the
They won't let
issue.
me in the club up, I'm telling you. I mean, my key card doesn't go past level 8. It's it locks up. I get, nope, sucker. Sorry. That's as high as you go.
I know. It's
If
going to
I can.
reopen this summer. So I'm hoping this summer, in Disney terms, that can either be May 28th or August 31st. It's a huge, range in terms of that. But the other thing that I've heard about the High Key Club is that it's going to have a really cool soundtrack, and that hopefully sort of fits in with the Disney theme, right?
I like
The
that.
vintage theme, the retro theme with that. So
All right. Well, enjoy it, and we'll get you a drink with Pam Forster over
I
at
know, I would love that.
Trader Sam's. Trader Sam's on both coasts.
I know. Yeah.
Bi-coastal Pam Forster drink. That'd be awesome. And shout out, I see one of my favorite other podcasters, Sleepy G, from the Negative Splits podcast, which I listen to every week on the treadmill, based out of Buffalo, New York, tuned in over on Instagram. So shout out, love those guys. They get me through many miles on the treadmill, tuned in over on Instagram. Love to see them tuned in. So, and also my favorite other travel agent, Ben Lappin, tuned in. Love to, I get to see him as the show comes out today, or over a burger at Steakhouse 71. So that'd be awesome.
Yes.
All right, we're going to wrap this up, and we're going to be back on Friday. Speaking of dining at Walt Disney World, we're going to talk about outside dining, or not outside dining, but dining in the summer at Walt Disney World. So,
Probably not outside.
well, you know what, though? There are some places where you might catch some shade and a breeze.
Okay,
I
I'll
mean,
give that to
you
you.
know what? Olivia's is not a bad place to dine outside in the summer. If you at night, like 8:30, like it's got to be a late dining reservation, right? Probably don't want to do it at 3 o'clock in the afternoon. I don't know. Maybe we'll talk about it, because there's like, do you want to eat meatloaf at 4 o'clock in the evening, like in the blazing sun? No, at Walt Disney World, dude, that's death. I mean, come on now, don't do that. But I guess I'll save it for Friday. Should I? Like, I remember back when I was on the dining plan, dude, I went to 50s prime time like at 4 o'clock and just ate everything, and then like we had a fast pass for Tower of Terror. Like, it
Oh,
was bad.
were you ill?
Well, you had to get your money's worth, right? I mean,
No, money's worth is
when I
enjoying
was
it,
dumb,
not necessarily jamming it all
was 20
in.
years ago. This was before the podcast, and it was all about like, I was dumb and young, and like had to get my money's worth, and like, hey, you never. That's back in the days where everybody got their own appetizer, everybody got their own
Oh
entree.
man,
We're on the dining
you're
plan.
making me feel a little
Dude,
ill just
and then I
hearing
think we
about
had, I think, because that was back when you could bank your fast passes, right? Back in the paper fast pass days.
it.
I think we had
Yes.
Rock and Roller Coaster and Tire of Terror right after 50's prime time. And I think I chugged a shake on the way down. Oh my God, what was I doing? It was self-abuse is no excuse, Mike Rollman. Oh my, oh. Anyway, we're not talking about that on Friday. That was bad. We're going to talk about the good. So come on back. All right, we're jumping out of here. Hope you're having a great Wednesday. Be tuned in live to all the social medias outlet, the Magic for Less Facebook page, my Instagram at BRGuestMike, all the places, all the socials. We're going to be taking you all around Walt Disney World over the next few days. So don't forget, show is always brought to you by the Magic for Less Travel. We'd love to help you plan your cool kid singular summer, just so you're in the know. Having a great time down at Walt Disney World this summer, but also awesome Disney cruises, Disneyland trips, even Adventures by Disney to see the world. Swing by the website, themagicforless.com today, and we'll help you out. No additional cost. It's absolutely free to you. So check out all the details today over at themagicforless.com. Please also use our Amazon affiliate link when you shop online. That one extra click supports everything we do throughout the year. It's beourguestpodcast.com/Amazon. And thank you to our Patreon supporters. You guys keep us going. So a huge thank you for that. You're our all-stars. You can support us just $5 a month. And for that support, get a bonus show called Mike in the Midwest. Come over this week. We'd love to have you at patreon.com/beourguestpodcast. Join us in the clubhouse. That's where the conversation never ends. It's 24/7, 365. We'll be having live updates over there as well throughout the time. So it's beourguestpodcast.com/clubhouse. And we'll have our live call-in show this Sunday night, 7 o'clock Eastern, 6 o'clock Central. Give us a call. Scott and I'll be on the air. You'll be on the show as well. Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, and Twitch. So join us there. And finally, the social media is at BRGuestMike for myself, x.com, Instagram, and Threads. And Pam is at TMFLT Pam. So give her a follow there. All right, we're going to be back on Friday. Scotty G is joining us because I see him ready to join us right now. We're going to have a good time. So until we get back together, for Pam Forrester, I'm Mike Rallman. Stay safe, stay healthy, and we'll see you real soon. What's Scotty G? Let me save that. Save episode 2703. What's up, Scott? Oh, you're muted.
Hello there.
Hello there.
Make that banner smaller. Sleepy G. I listen to their podcast. He's friends with Dave Lawrence. Close off. Scotty G. Yeah, see, now you can't see me. I'm just like a headless horseman.
What do you need? You got to move that then.
Oh, yeah. Well, we're not doing listener questions, so I'll just do this. Yeah, so media assets. I'll go to this. There. Hey. There I am. Better. Now they wants to see me. Banners. And that's better. Man, I almost hit in stream. Whoops, I gotta be careful with my mouse. Be careful with the mouse. Pam's out here with a wheelbarrow now. We got on gloves.
This thing though makes my cup like too tall. This is the beauty of the Scotty. I got this when I was out at Disneyland for.
Oh, look at that!
I know, but wait, it like lights up.
Oh my gosh, that's fancy.
Different colors. Yes, I know. So you know that Disneyland has all the stuff. And yes, this is the other thing. This is... His stomach lights up.
Oh my gosh.
Why does Disneyland get all this cool stuff?
Why do they come up with that stuff? It's so
I know.
weird.
They always have the best stuff. And of course I got a popcorn bucket, Mike, and it lights up.
Oh, wait, which one did you get?
The balloon, not the talking Mickey.
Oh, there's one that talks or something.
That's disturbing to eat popcorn from Mickey's Talking Head.
Yeah, but it's pretty cool though.
No,
If they have it on the cruise ship, I might buy it.
I don't know. I got the balloon one because that's the only. I only let myself get the balloon ones that I really like.
Yeah, I got that purple one.
Yes, I have that purple
only
one.
on one balloon one.
I have the pumpkin one. I have a few.
So we're going to talk about dining at Walt Disney World for summer, like good places to eat in the summer. That like I'm trying to think like places that wouldn't be like too heavy that they kill you.
Yes, that's
I'm saying.
I mean,
yes.
I like lots of heavy stuff. So
dinners though, like where could you have a dinner that would be comfortable for like when it's hot?
Yes.
So we got to kind of think outside the box.
okay, I'll do my best, Captain.
Roger.
We got the word. Like you
Hoop-de-doo,
mean
hoop-de-doo it is. No.
huge skillet from Whispering Canyon with 25 different meats.
This is going to be like a list of my mistakes over the years.
We could do a cautionary tale.
We should. We totally
You can be like all those websites that are like, here's all the negative things. 8 places you never want to eat at Walt Disney World in the summer.
Inside the Magic or Disney Food Blog. Like it'd just be like me like over a toilet, like like that bathroom, like right there at the corner of like Rock and Roller Coaster and Tower of Terror.
Yes.
This is how you watch the YouTube channel, by the way. This is way better than the podcast.
I know. It's like, what's my summer dining look like? Where am I going this summer?
Because I've done all the wrong things. Because we always go in the summer and always eat like Liberty Tree Tavern, dude. It's a terrible idea, but it's so good. Like I do it all the time.
Yeah, I'm not doing Liberty Tree in the summer. I'm not doing that.
But it's
always warm there, though. I feel like so. Like I don't know. Like even like in March, it can be warm. You know,
March warm is different though than summer warm.
Like I'm talking like July, like when it is like so hot, it's hard to just be alive. Like that kind of heat. All right, let's have fun with it. Let's just have fun with it. Who cares? All right, here we go. We'll see where this goes. It'll go off the rails. It'll be fun. All right, so this is 2705. Welcome to episode 2705 of the Be Our Guest Walt Disney World Trip Planning Podcast. I'm your host, Mike Rallman from BeOurGuestPodcast.com and one of the senior agents over at the Magic for Less Travel. Happy Friday to you. So glad you tuned in with us. We're going to have a good time talking Disney over the next 40 minutes, and we're headed down to Walt Disney World today and talking dining and helping you survive the heat of Florida in the summer. So where can you dine, have a great meal, and not get the meat sweats over the summer and all that stuff? I mean, I'm telling you what, Pam said it best. This show is going to turn into a cautionary tale over the past quarter century of all the things we've done wrong on our summer trips. All the trips to Liberty Tree Tavern in July have been like, it was a good meal, and that was the worst decision of my life. This is what we're going to talk about today. We're going to come up with some good ideas for your dining locations over the summer. There are some better choices that you can make. We're going to try to find one or two of those over the next 40 minutes of just talking Disney and hanging out with you as you're on the treadmill, running around your neighborhood, walking the dog, or doing the dishes. We're just glad you're here and hanging out with us. So joining me today, it's my buddy Scotty G from Must See Adventures, which you need to check out on YouTube once you're done with the podcast today. Scotty G, what's going on?
Happy Friday. Happy to be here. My weekend is a little less stressful than last weekend. No graduation, no band awards, no open house. We are done with all the high school stuff now. So on the college we go, and yeah, I'm ready to talk dining. That's one of my favorite topics.
You know what's going to happen this weekend? There'll be not a touch of wind this weekend.
Oh, I'm sure there'll be no wind, and yeah.
That's how it goes.
I mean, I'm having like stress. Just anytime a wind comes by, I'm like looking around, like what fell, because 75% of my decorations just kept wanting to fall on last Saturday, but that's okay. It's all good.
The sail away. I'm just already seeing it. You're gonna have PTSD on the sail away because it's always so windy.
Oh yeah.
I'm buying you a drink first thing when the horn blows.
Please do.
I will. I promise you, it's going to be good. Oh my gosh! Also joining us, we have Pam Forrester, co-owner of the Magic for Less Travel, which I'm super excited got to hang out with at Walt Disney World this week. What's up, Pam? Happy Friday!
Happy Friday. Yeah, it's been a whirlwind of travel for me. This does not end until probably the end of summer, maybe. It'll slow down for a little bit before it kicks back into it. So that's just how some years are. Some years have much more travel than others, and this just happens to be one of those years. We have new things happening, celebrations are happening, maybe a new ship coming sometime later this year. You know, a couple actually, a Royal Caribbean one, a Disney one, lots of good stuff happening. So
I'm super stoked for the Destiny. I'm curious. Like at first I wasn't as excited for it, and as it gets closer, I'm super excited because it's going to bring new opportunities for new folks to discover cruise line, because you know, with the Marvel connection and just because the treasure won me over like immediately when I got on it, because you know, Scott and I kind of talked about this on Sunday night show. We had a lot of Disney Cruise Line questions, calls. We had a lot of discussion on it, and I've talked about how I rank the ships. And every ship's going to be different for everybody, right? And the Wish is just not my. I know, Pam, it's like your favorite. You love the Wish.
I do.
The Wish is not my favorite ship in the fleet. One is the Trek thing, like, but the Treasure the same way, and I like the Treasure just because of the theme. But when I got on the Treasure, I loved it because it had so many nods to the theme parks. Like I was just like, oh my gosh! Like for a theme park fan, this is like perfect. Like, and it won me over. And I think the Destiny, I don't know. Like I'm curious as to how it's going to present itself, because what I'm seeing with like the Lion King connection, and that was one of the movies I really liked when that hit like right around, I was in high school, and it was so big. It was like a phenomenon. Right. And I don't know, like, I think it's, besides the Marvel, I think it's going to, I think I like it. I don't know. I'm curious because I'm not a Spider-Man fan, and that's got a connection. I'm not a Marvel person.
Yeah, I know. There's a lot of different things, I think to think about with your cruise thing. But I wanted to mention, because you brought this up because I wasn't here the past week or so. Did you talk about the save up to 30% offer on cruises this summer?
We did not, because it dropped between shows. This is the first
Okay.
we've been back together since that came out, because that was like a weird timing kind of drop there, because it's only a few sailings right on the Wish in August and September, so it's not like hugely fleet wide.
Well, it is there's so it's June 20, like there's sailings June 27th through August 29th on the Wish on the 3-night.
Mhm.
There's 4 nights on the Wish June 30th through September 1st. Then there's 4-night Halloween cruises. There's some sailings on the Magic. There's sailings from Fort Lauderdale. There's sailings from Barcelona. Then there was the certain guests get up to a $250 onboard credit too. So anyways, it was worth bringing up because I honestly have not seen anything like this in terms of Disney Cruise Line savings for, I don't know. It's been years and years. Like, when have we got a save up to 30% and get an onboard credit from Disney? When's the last time there was an offer you get an onboard credit from Disney?
I know, you get one from us too with the Magic for Less.
I know, so you can double stack those. So anyways, I just wanted to say it's worth it for those of you, like I've been telling the agents, it's not too late to make summer great, but it isn't too late to make summer great because there's some pretty good sailings on that. So
and I can't wait to make summer great on the Magic in 30 days. So
right,
it's going to be happening for us. All right, so let's talk though dining, so we can jump into some of the better choices we can make at Walt Disney World this summer, because you're headed down, you have to eat, and dining is part of the fun at Walt Disney World. We know that here on the show, that you don't just have to eat corn dogs from Casey's, even though that's a good meal, because you can sit there and watch the world go by, Main Street USA, or fend off the ducks, which is not a bad thing either. But where are some of the better places where you might get a lighter meal, or you can catch some AC? I mean, obviously you can catch AC anywhere, but maybe if you want to dine outside, maybe there's a place where there's going to be a breeze or a better time. I don't know. What do you think about when you think about dining outside? Because we were joking, like Liberty Tree Tavern is a great meal. I mean, we all agree, like Thanksgiving food, great meal. But we've all eaten there and then walked out in July and been like, what did I just do to myself? Like, dude, there's a reason Thanksgiving's in the end of November in the United States, right? It's cold. Like, it hits different. And the 4th of July, it's like, oh, I can't walk around a theme park at this point. So, Scott, what are you thinking? Like, first thing as far as dining in the summer and trying to kind of balance out the heat and still having a good meal?
I mean, I just think of like air conditioning, someplace comfortable.
Exactly, yeah.
And someplace where I can sit down for like a long time too. So, I mean, you gave me this topic. I started writing down some things. I have a couple of counter service because I like that the balance. But one thing that came to mind is a signature restaurant that I love, and I think Pam might have put it on here too. So I'm stealing it right off the bat because I know her and I both love
it's a competition.
Her and I love the side salad from this. She put it on her master's menu, and that's Citrico's. Like, I think that's a great summertime place. Like the decor is like summerly, kind of summery to me, with the Mary Poppins Returns vibe, and it's just so light in there. You get nice air conditioning, and you can just get a nice meal with the salad. There's great drinks. There's some lighter options too. Maybe you get a fish or something. There's a nice soup too. But I mean, there's still nothing wrong with having some soup in the summertime. But I just feel like Citrico's just spells out summer to me. I don't know why, but it does. It might be the light coloring in there too that might do it for me.
Yeah, it's good. Yeah. I mean, decor does kind of lend itself when it's bright and light, and like you said, good salads and good, like fish and those kind of options leave you feeling a little bit better when you walk out of there rather than like clam chowder. I mean, soups are fine, but yeah, it hits differently in July.
It does. It does. The colors are so light and airy in that restaurant, and I think just the overall theming really makes it, someplace that you feel like you can just go there, and meals take a while there, so that's a good thing too.
It gives you some extra time in the AC for sure.
And we've all done this like as groups, right? I mean, because we've been together many, many times before, like podcast cruises as a group. And I mean, we've tried to stretch meals out as long as possible. We've been, at Epcot on 4th of July, we're like, dude, get another refill on your soda or something. Like, we got to stay in the air conditioning because we've been at Chefs de France on the 4th of July or where have you. We're just like, we just got to soak it in as long as we can because we're so hot. It's 100. I think it's like a record-breaking day outside in World Showcase. Like, please let us stay. And we've all been there, right? I mean, but I think I got like Salisbury steak or something that night. I mean, it was hot. I got a steak. I got a big fat steak and potatoes, and then walked out in World Showcase. Bad choice. It's also what you order too. It's 100% what you order. Yeah.
You do have to take responsibility for your own choice.
I'm an idiot. Yes. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. You know what I mean? Like, I go to Olivia's and get buttermilk chicken. I mean, that's terrible?
There could be some personal responsibility playing into this. Whatever.
Yeah, it's on you if you ordered the wrong thing. 100%. So, Pam, where are you going? Like to enjoy something?
So when I was thinking about this, there were a couple of things that came to mind. But for me, the Boathouse came to mind because they have a lobster roll. And for some reason that just like says summer to me, right? Like cold lobster on a yummy roll with, it's like all that. And I have gotten this here at the Boathouse, and it is full of lobster. If you're a lobster person, like, I swear they must be like shoving it into that little roll. They're like, push it down in there more. There is so much lobster in this. I was just blown away. And we have had, the past couple times we've eaten there, we've had the best service. In fact, the last time we were there, I wish I could remember the guy's name. I'm sure I have it written down on my phone somewhere, but he made my dad a cappuccino, and he said he was making it just like his mom made. And I thought, okay, yeah, just like his mom made. Okay, yeah, sure. That came to him, and I have heard about this cappuccino again and again. And in fact, the next day when we went to the Magic Kingdom, he says, my dad says, I'd like to get a coffee. I'm like, a coffee we can do. He's like, a cappuccino. I'm like, where do you think you are? Like, we're in a theme park. The dude from last night is not here. So anyways, but he said it was one of the best ones he's ever had. So was just a great experience. We always have a good time there. I think that another thing is the menu is extensive there. So just about everyone can find something that they like to eat. They have a raw bar for those who are into that. They have great oysters. They ship them in daily. They have so many good seafood options. There is something about their little fries that are really good. I'm not typically a French fry person, but There's something about their fries that are good. So it's a great location, and it's in Disney Springs, easy to get to, easy in and out. Park at the Lime Garage, and you can be right there.
I think the atmosphere alone just makes it a summer place, right? Because
Yeah.
you think about the
It's like
boat.
Yacht Rock. Yeah, it's like the Yacht Rock headquarters or something.
It is the Yacht Rock headquarters, exactly. You go to that shop, like you walk
Yes.
out of there and you're like a captain all of a sudden.
You are.
But
You absolutely are.
and on I feel like I know we're talking like hot July, like it gets hot, but sometimes you can still get a breeze off the Sassagoula there. So I even like eating outside there, you might think it's crazy, but they have that great bar out there, and like you
Yeah.
can catch some good breeze out there too. So I think it was the first one I wrote. I didn't think anyone was going to take it, but of course Pam did. So, but yeah, sign me
It
up,
was
man. The
only
Boathouse,
fair.
it's the ultimate place to eat in the summer.
Yeah.
Well, kind of a tip too, and this is ironic coming from me. It's 100% ironic, which I'm about to run into with the podcast crews. We're on second dining. I've like haven't slept in a month already thinking about this because, dude, 8:15 is way crazy for me considering I eat at 4:00. I'm like, whoa, dude, I almost go to bed then. So anyway, but I mean, if you wait to eat, till 7:30, like you say, I mean, you can dine outside and it starts to cool off a little bit. And you
It
can catch a
does.
breeze a lot of places.
And
I
a
mean,
breeze, yeah, a breeze
when you
comes
catch a
in.
breeze, it's these places set up.
Boathouse stays open till like 11 or midnight. I mean, they have some late ADRs at Boathouse too.
They do.
I can't believe so these places have these way late ADRs. I'm like, who is getting an ADR? Like
Homecoming has late ADRs too. Like some of the Disney Springs locations really have some late ADRs.
Yeah, I'm doing that on our trip because we're taking like a later flight out, and I know we're gonna be hungry. So like, we're gonna have like 11 o'clock dinner. Let's just do it.
Wow.
Well, on your like arrival or when you
on our arrival day. Yeah, I mean, I don't have anything like reserved, but like I'm having that in my back pocket because I follow the Pam Forster rule. Like you don't make an ADR on your travel day, because you never know what's gonna happen.
Right. It's true.
Now, see, I've never been to this place I'm going to bring up, but I'm hearing good things. It's Summer House on the Lake. Again, Disney Springs. Are you guys? Have you either one of you guys been there?
I've not been there yet.
So I actually went for the first time to get the cookies, and I've heard mixed reviews on the cookies. Okay. Well, let me tell you, I had a cookie. I'm trying to think what it was. Oh, I got an almond cookie that was yum, like really good. Steve got a scotchy, an oatmeal scotchy. Like it has like butterscotch in it and stuff. I thought it was really good too. Our friends got an iced pink sugar cookie that looked really good. So this is what I've had there, and it made me think, okay, well now I want to go there to eat. Everyone around, like people coming out, were like, we had a good meal here. So, and I looked at the menu; it's pretty extensive. I think that there were, I mean, it's not like I didn't feel like the prices were like the same, were more than the Gideon's cookies. So anyways, we were happy just based on the cookies. I would eat there. So,
well, dude, I'm looking at the dinner menu there, and it looks like, because what I'm thinking of, like for, in the summertime, you could get something there that's not going to kill you, like, you
Right.
could grab like an ahi tuna and watermelon tostadas. They
Yes.
have salmon poke nachos, shrimp cocktail, and they have pizzas. Pizzas don't make you feel super heavy. Like, I mean, get a pizza. They have margarita pizzas. Margarita pizzas are kind of right down the middle for me. Like not super meaty where you feel margarita pizza is kind of like, it's not your total cheese pizza. It's a little bit better to me. Feels a little bit better, but they have like they got like chips and guac, which I'm all about the Mexican food, so give me that. But they also have lots of different kinds of salads too. Like they have a Cobb salad and stuff like that. So you could go there, and then they also have tacos. But if you want to get crazy and get something heavy, they do have pastas, and then they have their comfort foods, their burgers, and all that stuff. So you could get heavy and make bad choices. But what I would do is go, get some chips and guac, maybe a tacos or maybe a pizza. And then think about it, just walk around Disney Springs and get an ice cream somewhere, because you got, what's that ice cream place? They have a downtown Disney and
Salt and Straw?
Salt and Straw. Yeah, they have both places. I mean, do that, get a kind of a fun ice cream there, make it a night, or just walk around, have a neat dessert somewhere else.
Yeah, those salmon poke nachos are calling to me now. Now that's what I want. That's what I want to have.
Because the thing is, I think, the trick for the summer, I think, is to not like stuff yourself, is to kind of just like go a little bit at a time. Just like eat some here, a little some here, a little some here. Just kind of pace yourself. I think is kind of the play for like when it's super hot, maybe.
Agreed.
I don't know, possibly.
Yeah, I'm the odd person out on that. Like I don't change what I do based on the
I
season.
don't either, Scott, dude.
So
Because
funny.
I'm like, oh, I should have waited. I should have stopped, and you'll see it.
That's why my answer, if that's how most people are, then my answers aren't going to be very relevant in this case. But
I'm trying to think. And my grandpa always said, "Do as I say, don't do as I do," and this is exactly one of those shows. I'm trying to protect. What else you got?
my worry is always the heat, about just being in the heat. So I want to go somewhere where I feel cool. Like I'm still gonna, at this next restaurant, I'm still gonna order the steak. Like I still might get the French onion soup, which sounds ridiculous in summer, right? But I want the atmosphere. I want to be cool. And there's something about the Be Our Guest restaurant. If it's in the middle of summer and you go in that main dining room and you see snow,
That's true.
and I think it just like it messes with you, and you just like feel like you just cooled off so much. So I think that's a fun restaurant to visit. I think in summertime, because you're seeing like the snow atmosphere. Now I looked at the menu. It's very heavy food, right? I mean, you got your filet, you got a short rib, I think, is on the menu.
Yeah, and you're getting 3 courses, right?
I know it's 3 courses. I know, but and it's not like you can like share it with someone either, So
No.
maybe go with a chicken or something, or like an eggplant. You can switch it up a little bit and not go as heavy. But I just think there's something fun about summertime dining and seeing snow. I like that idea. So I'm gonna go with Be Our Guest.
Scott's our cautionary tale for today.
That's really what this show. I mean, cautionary tales, like we've all Whispering Canyon, in July.
Yes.
Dude, it's 100% of our listeners are like, dude, I booked Whispering Canyon for my trip over the 4th of July. You're gonna have a great meal. I'm just saying, but that
I'm
skillet.
putting a Le Cellier on 4th of July. Just saying.
You're gonna love it. I'm telling you, because I know our listeners are like, dude, you're killing my vibe for my ADRs right now. Mike and Scott and Pam, you're bringing me down. No, you're gonna have great meals. It's gonna be
For
awesome.
sure.
Just for like an hour, you're gonna be like, oh, what did I do? But then you'll get past it and you'll be fine. It's just we've been there.
Don't schedule your lightning lane for Rock and Roller Coaster right then. Like, do it for like the Little Mermaid attraction or the shows,
That's
maybe.
or Carousel of Progress.
There you go. Yes.
Yeah. All right, Pam, what else you got?
All right. So another place I was thinking of when I thought, all right, where do I really want to be when it's hot out? And I thought, well, how about space? Because hello, space. Yeah. It's a good. And we actually just did this in the lounge recently. And we're able to, we didn't have an ADR for the lounge, and you had to make it for the lounge, but we just went there as soon as it opened, and we were able to go up and sit at the bar, and we did that. And we had the best time because we had a fantastic bartender. He joked with us, he talked to us about the different drinks, and Hannah and I got a drink that was made, it was a espresso martini, and guess what it had in it as the garnish, Mike?
I don't know. Something looked like Sputnik.
Astronaut ice cream.
Oh, great. You know what? That stuff tastes terrible, but I'm glad it was in your drink.
I always have liked astronaut ice cream. I don't know why.
It tastes terrible.
Yes.
Like, everybody bought it at Space Camp, and everybody ate it. I always thought it was like this tastes like a turd, but
Well, this was actually the astronaut ice cream sandwich. So
yeah, this was like, it was supposed to be kind of, it was almost like that those balls.
It's freeze dried, yeah.
But it was not good. I think it was because it was so old that they sold it at Space Camp. It was like a decade old. Like we were just trying to pawn this off on the kids. They made us eat it. I'm like, this stuff is terrible. Oh.
But the great thing about the lounge is they have their own menu of items, and then they also, you can order from the main menu too if you would like to. And we just got a few appetizers. It was perfect. Everything we had there was really good. And I think it's just kind of a cool restaurant. If you haven't been, it's absolutely worth a try. I mean, you won't be alone in trying to get it. It's one of the toughest ADRs to get. But give it a shot. We really like it. It really is a whole experience. I mean, you go up into space, you get to see that whole process while you're eating. You can look out at the screen, and see different things happening at the space station that is behind you. So it's a cool location and a cool place to eat. So.
And mine is kind of like that. This place I can never get in, but we used to take the kids here all the time in the summer. It's sci-fi over at the studios, right? Because it's got the same thing, right? It's super hot outside. You got it on there. Yeah, exactly. Scott had that on his list because like when the kids are hot and they're getting crabby, you take them in. I mean, honestly, the kids would almost fall asleep a lot of the times because you get in there, it's cool and it's dark and you get to sit in the little car, which is a novelty. It's just fun. Like it's a cool little place and it's not super fancy. You can get a cheeseburger and fries and a milkshake, which is my jam. Like not everybody needs a fancy food. That won't kill you. I mean, it is kind of heavy. And you got to be careful in that park because there's so many bad choices to make after a meal at the studios, right? There's too many. You got Tower, you got Rock and Roller Coaster, you got Slinky Dog. Dude, you could get on Star Tours. Dude, that's a death trap after a meal. I mean, Smuggler's Run will wipe you out. Rise probably okay. What else would mess you up? Alien Swirling Saucers are probably a bad idea. There's so many bad rides for after a heavy meal at the studios. Totally mess you up. And I probably
gotta go watch a show.
You do. But I mean, after dinner, most of the shows are over.
That's true. That's true.
There's not a lot
Just
of
get in line for Fantasmic then.
Yeah, exactly. But I eat early. I'll be standing in line for 3 hours. Right. But anyway, yes.
Luckily, you have some new shows at the studios that you can see.
Yeah, just in time. Exactly. But I mean, yeah. So you go over there for dinner. I'm just kind of scanning their menu here real quick and see. But I mean, crispy onion rings, dude. That's a temptation because that's a bad choice in the heat. But God, you got to get them there. They're so good. Those onion rings. They have chicken wings. I'm just reading all, but they have a wedge salad. So if you want to do as you're supposed to, the wedge salad. If you want to be in pain, get the chicken wings and an order of.
I guess I don't understand it. Maybe it's just like I'm just a weird person, but like I don't understand the pain thing. Like I can eat anything any time of year. Like
you're 10 years younger than me. I used to 10 years ago. I could eat anything. I can't anymore. I'm paying the piper at this point in my life. But yeah. They have but it's fried chicken cordon bleu sandwich. Dude, I love a chicken cordon bleu sandwich. And let's say burgers, barbecue burger, that kind of stuff.
I do like though. I mean, the reason I had it on my list too, because like you were saying, it's just like it's so dark and quiet in there. Like
it's me to sleep. I mean, honestly, I like the trailers, but it's so calm. Like it is.
I know it feels so good on a hot day. Like I've been in there once on a hot day when it was like a thunderstorm too. Like because you could hear like the rain just like blasting the building. I was like, man, I'm so glad I'm in here right now. It was the best.
It is, and I like those old trailers, but the AC hits like nobody's business in there. It is dark.
So good.
You just get in there, it's like, oh my God, knocks you out. Like, oh, it feels so good. And it's just, it's comfort food. It is comfort.
Yeah, I like it.
All right, Scott, give us another one.
So this comes from like experience. Like one of the hottest I've ever been was in the early days of the pandemic when they first opened up the park and we're touring. It was the middle of summer, July, got the masks on. I was just like dying out there. I'm like, we need to get out of Magic Kingdom and go somewhere. So we took the boat over to the Grand Floridian and we went to Gasparilla Island Grill. And so I just remember this moment. The second I walked in there and that AC hit my face, it was like a life-changing moment for me because like I seriously thought I was a goner at that moment in time. And that just felt so good. And I think it's a great place to go in the heat. I mean, the AC just blasts like no other in there. And the menu is good. Talking about like your salads and your sandwiches and stuff like that. I mean, you can get a burger or like a pulled pork sandwich or something in there too, but they have a lot of different sandwich types. There's some flatbreads that are pretty good too. Get a light dessert. I love this like cheese, like not cheesecake, like a strawberry something. I can't remember what it was. Like I remember I had them like 3 times one trip, but it's like a really light like summertime treat. But I think it's just a great counter service option to get out of the heat and just relax at the Grand Floridian.
That's a good idea. So I'm going to jump in with mine real quick this round because it's the kind of like yours. What's the name of the new place, the Polynesian Tower? Because I can never pronounce it. Wailulu. Because that has that kind of outside inside seating that's covered, right? And they're going to have those like Asian inspired dishes are lighter. You know what I'm saying? I think those are perfect for the summer. They're
kind of hot too, though, when you eat them.
You got a little zing to them, right? But I mean, something like things like it's like sushis and stuff like that. They're going to be like lighter. They're not going to be fried. So anything where you can avoid fried foods and like super heavy foods, I think that'd be a great option for the summertime when it's hot, you know, because like you're right there, you're kind of outside, but you're covered and you got like fans blowing on you. I think it's a cool vibe for this. I think it's a perfect setting for the summer. You're right there on the beach. I think that'd
I like
be
it.
a location.
Mhm.
And it's kind of the new hot thing too. So I just add that because when you said that, like I think having those striking distance places in the Magic Kingdom, because when the Magic Kingdom in the summer is fun, man, you can't stay in that park the entire day in July. You got to pop out like over to the Contemporary, Grand Floridian, Polynesian, something, Wilderness Lodge. You know, take a boat, take something, monorail, just get out for a little bit, get some AC. What you got, Pam?
Agreed. And I was sort of thinking along the same things because I have Kona Cafe as my next one down, and I was specifically thinking of the sushi there because they have an extensive sushi menu. They have probably about, I don't know, like 8 different sushi options at least for that. But they also have a couple of different poke bowls. They have a tuna poke bowl and a rainbow poke bowl. Wow, say that like 8 times.
Right?
But they also have a burger and a turkey banh mi, which are, the turkey banh mi is, a sandwich that has all different kinds. It has turkey breast and bacon and a pork pate, but it's like this really fresh sort of sandwich that I think is a good option too. And the other great thing about being at Kona is then you can get either a coffee either there or at the little Kona Island there too. There's lots of good stuff to eat there. So lots of good choices there. And then you can pop down and get a Dole Whip right there at the Polynesian.
Yes.
So lots of good stuff happening there at the Polynesian to get.
For sure.
Let me ask you guys this because I'm not a coffee drinker, but like iced coffee in the summers, like that's the thing, right? And so like,
Yeah.
where's the best places on like property? Because like, where would you say is the best places on property to get iced coffees?
I mean, those Joffrey stands and
Yeah.
the Starbucks are good too. Yeah.
Agreed. I think most places that have coffee are going to have a cold brew or an iced coffee option now, just because it's so popular. And especially since they've sort of expanded the menu to include, some kind of specialty drinks, a lot of times you'll probably see a lot of them offering that as a choice too.
Sure.
So
And sometimes you get a boozy one too.
that's true. Very true. So, yes. And the other thing is a lot of them, the Joffrey stands too, offer different kinds of iced tea as well. They usually have like a mango and a peach, and depending on whatever festival or event they're celebrating, it could be some other specialty one as well. So, really like getting those too.
Yeah, iced tea hits really good when it's hot. Like that, because iced tea isn't great when it's cold in the wintertime, but iced tea, like sweet iced tea, especially in the summertime, good stuff. That's the only time I have it really in the fridge. I will drink iced tea in the summer. Sure. All right, Scott, give us another we got for the summertime dining.
All right, so I recommend staying away from the chili and the tomato soup here in the summertime. But there is like a nice grilled chicken sandwich. There's the patty melts, but the reason I'm picking Beaches and Cream at the Beach Club is because you can get the ice cream afterwards, right? Like, there's nothing more summertime than some ice cream. So, you go a little lighter on the entree, right? You get a salad, maybe you share the salad, or you share a patty melt. I just love the patty melt. There's so much. That's why I keep saying it. But then you get a nice little shake or a little sundae. Now it might it's obviously going to fill you up, but it's just like refreshing. It's good. It just spells out summer and the vibe in there too. Wow. The new Beaches and Cream is just so loud in there. Like, I don't know.
So loud. They could not make it louder. They're like, how can we make this acoustically miserable? Like, just
no, right?
Make this the hardest surface place in the history of the world.
I miss the old layout for sure. The smaller, it just felt homier, cozier, but it's still nice in there. You got fun artwork in there. It just spells out summer when you're there. So like I had to go with Beaches and Cream as a good summertime spot.
That's a good call. I love Beaches and Cream. I love it, but man, that floor is hard. The walls are hard. The ceilings are everything. Like it's so loud. And then bring out a kitchen sink, man. Get the light going. Woo woo.
But it's fun in there. It's summertime.
It is fun. It is wild. It's just like I'm getting old. It's so loud. But yeah, that's a good call. Pam, what else you got? Because my next one's like it's like it's half of it's good and half of it's bad. So I don't know what I should say about my next one. What you got?
Well, do your next one
Okay,
then.
so mine's mine's the Boardwalk. Is it the deli now? It used to be the Boardwalk Bakery. What they change the name to? Is it the deli or the cafe or I can't remember what they call it.
I don't remember it
I
either.
don't
The
remember.
Boardwalk place. They changed the name. It used to be the Boardwalk Bakery, but it's on the boardwalk, right? Because it's got all those good little sandwiches, right? And those sandwiches, some of them are really savory and they're good. And they also have all the little sweet treats too. I love the coffee cake in there, or the crumb cake or whatever. But they have good sandwiches and little sides you can get in there, which is good when it's hot. But here's my issue with it: there's nowhere to go to eat it. Like if it's hot, you're gonna have to sit out on those picnic tables right out there on the boardwalk, which is great if it's a nice day. But if it's 100-degree July afternoon, dude, there's nowhere to go. So I like the food options there because I like a good sandwich on a hot day because I think, that's a good way to not have fried food and have something that's really good because their sandwiches are really, I've had them, they're really good, but no place to eat. You got to take it back to your room or maybe take it up to eat it up in, what's the name of that little
The Bellevue Lounge?
Yeah, the Bellevue. That'd be a good place just walking up there because that's always calm and quiet. I do that. It's a little bit of a hike.
But the Bellevue Lounge. That background loop.
Oh, 100%. Yeah, great. But yeah, no seating in there. So that's what I say. All right, Pam, what you got?
So I was thinking of the Crêperie there in France. So for those of you who have been there, there is an outside location where you can just order crepes and then eat them there. But they also have a sit-down location. You can make an ADR there, and you're going to find that they have a salad, soup. They also have galettes, which are like the buckwheat crepes that are sort of the more savory ones. So they have all different kinds of those. They have like ham and cheese, and they have like a chicken and with the cheese sauce and whatnot. They have a vegetarian one too that is like goat cheese and walnuts and honey, which are really good. And then they also have the dessert crepes, which are going to be all the ones they'll have like the berry one, but they also have a banana one, and they have the Nutella one, and they had last time we were there they had one that had peaches and I think almond or something like that. So that was really good. And the other cool thing about this location is they sort of have a prefix menu, but it's not a heavy one. You get like a salad, a savory crepe, and then the galette, and then the dessert one too. And it's actually a really good deal if you look at it. I think you get a glass of champagne with it too. So that's a fun thing, but it's sort of a fun place to eat because it's just a lot. You don't usually have crepes here. I mean, that's not something that's readily available, at least where I am. So it's a different kind of thing too.
If you brought that up around here, nobody even know what you're talking about. So, and it's funny though because I never hear anybody talk about that place. Like when it first came out, everybody was talking about it, but I haven't heard even on in the clubhouse. I've not heard anybody mention that place in 6 months.
I know, and I think it's a good option. I really do. It's different, and the crepes are really good. We really enjoyed it the last time we were there. So
would you recommend the sweet or the savory? Like if you had to get one?
Well, if you were getting one for the meal, you'd want the savory.
Yeah, savory.
Yeah, and they do have lots of different choices there for that.
Sorry, checking in for my flight.
But you gotta do.
I'm checking in for your flight.
You've
Aren't you back home now?
Oh yeah, I'm back home now. I'm refreshing like I'm buying concert tickets. Ooh, I got 8.
So I'm gonna go with one because yes, it kind of goes with your one at the Polynesian there, Mike. Like I know it's summertime, it's outdoors, but when you're at Geyser Point, man, you can catch a nice breeze from Bay Lake there, and I just love being outside. And I know like in Michigan, like summertime, yeah, I'm going to be outside as much as I can. So maybe not so much in Florida, but Geyser Point has some nice refreshing options. There's some good salads there too. I mean, you can get like a bison burger if you want to, but I like some of the lighter options that they have on the menu there. You can get a nice cool cocktail while you're out there. And I just you can enjoy that breeze. You're sitting outside. They got fans going on too, so you are feeling some cool air coming through there. and that's a summertime vibe to me. Like you're on the water having a drink and then light meal. Hello, that's like actually like my number one spot, honestly. Like that's where I want to be in the summertime.
I do. There's something about that place in the summer, right? Because we've had some great, just especially when you sit like in those couches along the perimeter of the bar there. Oh my god, that's a great nighttime, especially like when it's a little bit later too. In the summer.
Yeah, you want it to be later. I mean, you don't want to do that maybe like at between like 11 and 5. Like stay away from that time necessarily, but like as the sun sets later in the summer. But as it's starting to get darker, like that's going to be the spot you want to be for the rest of the night, no doubt.
Yeah, I agree with that. And we've had some, and kind of with another one that I have kind of along those terms. We've had like some late night meals at Olivia's, but on the patio. That patio late at night that's an elite like summertime meal. Now you got to watch what you order, but you can get a burger, and I always get the buttermilk chicken. It doesn't bother me. Like the buttermilk chicken doesn't kill me, but it's like one of those things where if you sit out there, they have the big fans. There is because it's a breezeway is what you're sitting. You're sitting in that breezeway where people are passing. Like you said, you got the water, you got the boat dock of people coming and going from Disney Springs. People are going from goods to go. Again, we've talked about that so many times. That patio seating at Olivia's is one of my favorite places anywhere at Walt Disney World because you see people coming and going from the buses, from Disney Springs, getting their stuff. They're staying there. And you get to kind of just passively hear people talk about their days. You got grandparents walking with the grandkids, and it's almost like watching a live Disney commercial like happening in front of you. So people come with their balloons from the Magic Kingdom from a busy day there, especially late in the day. There's and you got you can kind of hear the background loop of the resort, but there's something about Old Key West.
I just love that whole area in general at night.
Elite.
Like with the lights lit up, if you're over by the gurgling suitcase even too, like I just love sitting on those like little picnic tables that they have out there, like on the Sasagula. It's just a happening spot, especially at night and in the summertime too, because like you can still be comfortable. I mean, you're going to be dripping a little bit of sweat, but it's still nice. It's better than it would have been at 1 p.m. I'll tell you that.
Well, yeah, I mean, you're sitting at that table. There's fans on you. You can get, a drink. Just sit down and relax and enjoy a nice meal. You're covered. You got fans on you, and it's not as bad as it was in the Magic Kingdom at 2:00 that afternoon. You're kind of coming off the peak. All right, Pam, give us one more. We'll call it a weekend.
So this one I thought was sort of unique, but would be a good location in the summer, and that's the dine-in theater over at Disney Springs, because you can catch their movie theater. You can get food. I mean, you can always get food at a movie theater, right? But it's not just popcorn and nachos and things like that. You can order actual food and sit there and watch your movie. And I thought that would be a great thing to do in the summer. It was just like, it's something you can do outside of the parks. I think a lot of kids would get a kick out of it. Our movie theater doesn't typically sell food like that. Like, it's not a dine-in theater. The one that we typically go to is. There are a few in the area, but not like this. And I think it would just be a great excuse to see the latest Disney movie, like maybe Lilo and Stitch, and maybe the next one, Mike, that we're not sure about. Elio.
Yeah, exactly.
Right? Whatever it is.
That we never heard of. Yeah. Yeah, right. I mean, they always have the advertisements outside for that. I've never done that. Scott, have you done that? I think it's called like a fork and screen or something. I mean, it seems like.
I watched some movie. I've been to the theater there. I've not done like the meal down there. I've done that here in town though a couple times. It's kind of cool. Like they just come up to your seat and like start serving your food. Like, it's kind of wild. Like, oh, like can you bring the restroom here too? Because I'm like drinking all this soda or whatever.
That's just a wild idea. Because like I'm just used, I don't go to the movies very often, but I used to. Like you get popcorn and you smuggle in your candy and like you go munch on it while you're watching. But like having on a full on meal, like right. I mean, you having like you having like potatoes and like I don't know, like chicken or something during the meal. I mean, is that
my problem? I do have a little problem with it. It's just a Scotty G thing, though. It's just like I hate hearing the sound of like other people like snacking and eating. You know what I mean? Like you're trying to watch a movie and like
that's what I think.
Even with the popcorn, the guy next to me is going like constantly. Like so that's like I'm really like conscious of that like during the movies like for like myself. So like it feels kind of weird like I'm gonna be as quiet as I can as I eat this. You
Yeah,
know,
I think that's how you would want to be in a movie. I mean, that's polite. Like, I just wonder how, like, the mechanics of how this all goes down, right? People are, I mean, if you got a chicken or something and you're trying to eat it with your utensils and, you're like,
that's why I gotta go to a movie that's maybe like 20% full, and then they'll just be really spread out in the theater, right?
Right.
gotta be
It'll
like insane though, because there's gotta be waiters and waitresses, like deliverance. I don't know how this works. Like I'm kind of curious about how that would all go down. And if you order something wild, that's not easy to eat, you're totally in the dark. I mean, you bust out your flashlight on your phone to see, like, oh my gosh, I don't want to choke.
Well, maybe they figure where your mouth is. So
yeah, but I mean, it's hard enough to eat at San Angel Inn in Mexico. It's so dark in there. You eat whatever they serve. You don't know what you're eating, but it's all trust.
Yes, I get it. I get what you're saying. I don't think they're getting anything like too crazy. I think it's burgers and wings and salads and pizza, stuff like that. So.
You're not cutting up a steak or anything.
No, I don't think so.
I haven't seen the menu, but I am curious. So I'll check that out sometime. Be fun. All right. So let us know how we did over in the clubhouse. You guys always do. We appreciate that. So come on over and join us, BeOurGuestPodcast.clubhouse, and add to the conversation. What did we leave out? What are some great places that have some lighter options, maybe some good options to get some AC to avoid the heat for dining this summer down at Walt Disney World? But thanks for joining us today. And don't forget, we'd love to help you get to your favorite Disney destination this summer and throughout the year. Just swing by the magicforless.com. We'll help you plan that trip to Walt Disney World, Disneyland, sailing with Disney Cruise Line, even seeing the world with Adventures by Disney. So check out all the details today over at themagicforless.com. Please also use our Amazon affiliate link. It's beourguestpodcast.com/Amazon. Just click through that when you do that online shopping. We appreciate that so much. And thank you to our Patreon supporters. You guys make this all possible. You can support us as well, just $5 a month. And for that support, you get a bonus show called Mike in the Midwest. Come over this week. We'd sure love to have you. It's patreon.com/beourguestpodcast. You can give us a follow on the social media. I'm at beourguestmike on x.com, Instagram, and Threads. You can follow Pam at TMFLT Pam in those spots. And Scott is at Epscott, EPSCOT. But Scott's got must-see adventures going on over on YouTube. So, Scott, real quick, what's happening on the channel this weekend? You got a new video coming soon?
Yeah, well, we're going to be in Hawaii. It should be our third day. We do a Diamond Head hike, hanging out at the ocean. We go to the famous Duke's restaurant there in Waikiki, so you'll definitely want to check that out. It's a fun episode for sure. There's a fun little surprise that happens at our breakfast, too. I won't spoil what it is, but like a special guest just popped out of nowhere. It was kind of fun. Someone we knew just out of nowhere just popped up, so.
Nice. So check it out. Again, must-see adventures. Like and subscribe this weekend while you're hanging out. Show it to the family. All right, so we're going to jump out of here. We'll see you Sunday night for the live call-in show. Give us a holler. We'll be talking Disney, 7 o'clock Eastern, 6 o'clock Central. Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, or Twitch, wherever you want to tune in, we'll be there. So join us for that. So for Scott and Pam, I'm Mike, wishing you a great weekend. Stay safe, stay healthy, and we'll see you real soon. Boom. Good stuff.
Fun.
Look at that.
That was good.
Done before 6 o'clock.
I like it.
Yay.
Yay.
We like that.
That is good stuff.
All right. Cool.
I will see you on Wednesday.
See you on Wednesday.
All right.
Have
See
fun,
you
you two.
Okay. All right. Bye.
Bye. Bye, everyone.
Oh, guess where we get to go?
Is she gone?
She was gone fast. We get to go to GO82.
You
She
had that old fashioned for me.
I will. I want to appreciate it as much as you would, but I'll have it.
Okay, you have it. Oh, that's awesome. Dang, man, Pam was just gone.
I know, dude. She took off quick. I was like, I was gonna say something. She's like, gone.
I know.
Yep.
See ya.
Oh, I guess we won't guess where, because she's already out here.
All right.
Told me. All right, I'll see you. I'm gonna edit this and I'll talk to you.
Sounds
later.
good. Tell the girls I say hello. All right.
Same to you. All right, thanks for doing it.
See ya.
All right, see you.
Bye, everyone.